got so many books, haven't we, Stinky? And I do like talking about our favourite books, and we've just read so many. Oh, it's the Poppets. Hello, my dear Poppets, and welcome, of course, to story time. Well, today, Stinky and I have been going through all our books. We've got so many books, and we've been talking about our favourites. And I know we have done that before, and we seem to do it a lot, but we just absolutely love books. And of course, we decided for today to continue on with Mouse Mansion. Now, Stinky and I have been very busy, my dear Poppets, because the last time we read a story from the wonderful Mouse Mansion book, The Adventures of Sam and Julia, I remember I told you that I was going to be making another room to continue on to our wonderful Mouse Mansion, which we have done. Stinky and I have been very busy indeed. Now, I think you remember last time we had a room up the top for Julia there, and we have a room for Sam. We also have a kitchen and a bathroom. And Stinky and I decided that we needed to have a lounge room or a dining room or a family room, somewhere where you can relax and watch a bit of telly perhaps. So there's a lot going on, Stinky, in this wonderful room here. I do believe we've got a dog here that looks like he's got into the washing, and there's some children's toys, perhaps a baby doll. I think that belongs to Julia. And there's some wonderful armchairs and a fireplace. And up here, my dear Poppets, there's some washing hanging out to dry by the fire. Yes, particularly in the winter time, Stinky, when it's too cold and wet and you can't hang the washing outside. So it does look very cozy, I have to say. So now we have a wonderful lounge room which we've added to our Mouse Mansion, and it's taking shape, Stinky, and looking very good, isn't it? Yes, I'm so proud of our work. I think we've done a wonderful job, and it's going to be very exciting, my dear Poppets, as the months go on, as we can keep extending our Mouse Mansion and make some more wonderful rooms for our busy mouse community. Well, Stinky, I suppose we should crack on, because I am waffling just a bit, so you can get nice and comfy, dear, and we'll crack on with today's story. Wonderful mouse. Oh, what's that? I forgot to mention the story time cake. Yes, oh, thank heavens for Stinky. What would I do without Stinky? And of course, my dear ones, as Stinky was just saying, our wonderful story time cake here. As you can see, there's an armchair on top. And what else have we got? We've got an egg cup and a jug and some thimbles. Perhaps, my dear Poppets, the thimbles could be turned into little drinking cups for our mice in Mouse Mansion, or perhaps a vase that the mouse could stick some flowers in and have on the kitchen table. All sorts of things that mice can do with everyday objects and turn them into things that they need. Well, Stinky, you get comfortable, dear, and we'll crack on with today's story, Mouse Mansion. There it is, my dear Poppets, and I do believe I put a bookmark in where we left off from last time. Yes, this does, oh yes, Uncle John Can Do Anything, this story is called, and it does look like a cracker. And here we go, my dear Poppets. The key for the lock on Sam and Julia's secret box is broken. Now they can't open the box. Let's go to see Uncle John. He can fix anything, says Sam. Uncle John is in the storeroom eating cheese and sausages. Come through to my workshop and I'll see what I can do. Julia says quickly, can you fix the lock? But you can't peek in the box. In the workshop, Uncle John pulls the broken key out of the lock with a pair of tongs. Ha ha, he says. What's inside, he asks. It's a secret, replies Julia. Sam blushes. Uncle John searches in a drawer full of keys. He tries them out on the box one by one. The lock springs open. The key fits. Super! Thank you so much, shouts Julia. You're welcome, replies Uncle John. Would you like some of my homemade sausage? Sam nods. Yes, please, he says. It's delicious, says Julia. Sweet and salty at the same time. Do you put sugar in the recipe? It's a secret, Uncle John smiles. Well, there's Sam and Julia with Uncle John, and I do believe they have their secret box there, and Uncle John has found a key that will open the secret box. Look at that. So many wonderful things happening on that page. It's wonderful, Mouse Mansion. It really is. We mustn't lose the key, says Julia. Shall we find a new hiding place for it? Super idea. But where, wonders Sam. In your bedroom, suggests Julia. My little brother might find it, says Sam. How about your bedroom? My mum is sure to find it, replies Julia. Hey, I've just thought of the perfect spot in your bedroom. Come on. In Sam's bedroom, Julia climbs on top of Sam's bed and places the key on top of a sloping roof beam. Your little brother can't reach it there, and no one else can see it. Now let's go and play. Says Sam, I might finish reading my book first, but I'll be with you soon. Well, I do believe they've found the perfect hiding spot for the key up there on a sloping beam on the roof, out of the way where no one can see it. A secret key for a secret box. Think of all the wonderful treasures, my dear Poppets, that you could pop in the box. And the next story is called Chicken Pox. Julia has a fever and her mum says she must stay in bed. Julia is really bored. Her mum moves her bed in front of the window so Julia can look outside. The next morning the fever is gone, but Julia has red spots on her belly. In the afternoon the spots have spread to her arms and legs. In the evening they are all over her back and face. Julia is covered with spots from top to toe. She has the chicken pox, which is super infectious, so she can't play with Sam. The next day, the spots are bigger with little wet bubbles on top. They are itchy. Julia scratches and scratches. Oh, they are so itchy. Mum picks mint leaves and crushes them into a paste. She gently dabs the mint paste onto the spots. Well, yes, the chicken pox. I do remember, my dear Poppets, when Stinky caught the chicken pox and he was very itchy indeed. Perhaps you've had the chicken pox or know someone that has. There's lots of bed rest required when you have the chicken pox. Terrible, terrible business. This will make them less itchy, she says. Tomorrow all the spots will have brown scabs and then you can go outside again. She sits on Julia's bed and tells her exciting stories all afternoon about jungles and snakes and tigers. Julia isn't bored anymore and she forgets all about itching. Stories are the best medicine, says Mum. Yes, well, sometimes when you're sick, my dear Poppets, and you have to stay in bed, sometimes some stories definitely help and it takes your mind off being sick. Julia is wonderful. She has such a lovely, caring mum who's taking care of her. And the next story is called The Bakery. Sam and Julia have kept the 25 cents from the rag man in their secret box. Shall we buy chocolate? Julia asks Sam. Sam nods. He's hungry too. They leave the 15 cents in the box and take 10 cents with them. The bakery smells so good. A bar of white chocolate with rice bubbles, please, says Julia. Oh, that does sound delicious. It really does. That will be 50 cents, says the baker. Oh dear, they only have 10 cents. It's not enough. What can I buy for 10 cents, asked Julia. A bag of broken biscuits, says the baker. Okay? Well, there's Sam and Julia there, and they're in the bakery, and they are smelling all the wonderfully baked goods there. Sticky buns and donuts and cream cakes and other sorts of chocolate biscuits there. All sorts of wonderful things. Oh, there's even a gumball machine. It does look delicious, I have to say. Says Julia. Look, Sam, there are pieces of treacle waffle. Oh, treacle waffle, how marvellous. And chunks of chocolate wafer. Let's take it to the cubby, suggests Sam. Super idea, says Julia. On the way, they feast on delicious bits of biscuit. But Sam, what shall we do with the other 15 cents? Well, what do you think they should do, my dear Poppets? Perhaps they could tuck it away in the secret box and save up some more. And there's Julia there with her bag of broken biscuits there that she got from the baker. And they do look rather delicious, I have to say. Yes, I'd be tucking into those, I think, if it were mine. And the last story for today, my dear Poppets, is called Grandpa the Sailor. Sam's grandpa is a sailor who lives high up on the top floor of Mouse Mansion. Julia has never met him before. Sam and Julia climb the steep stairs to visit him. Halfway up, Sam refuses to go any further. It's so very high and it's such a long way down. I'm too scared, says Sam. Don't look down, Sam, says Julia. She drags him up by the arm. We're almost there. When the weather is nice, Sam's grandpa sits outside his front door mending fishing nets. When it's stormy, he looks at the ocean through his binoculars to see if there are any ships in distress. Today the weather is fine, but grandpa is not sitting outside. Julia knocks on the door and calls out, Sam's grandpa, Sam's grandpa. Perhaps he's at the fish market, says Sam. Now they have to go all the way back down again. Sam is still scared, but Julia pulls him along behind her. Well, what a wonderful friend she is, because Sam is quite afraid of heights, but she's encouraging Sam that he can do it and that he'll be all right. In search of Grandpa. Yes, there he is. Look, Julia, that's him. That man with the sailing ship on his back. Sam's grandpa, calls Julia. He turns around. Julia can see a picture of an anchor on his arm and a pirate on his belly. Grandpa gives Sam a kiss and shakes Julia's hand. What do you have all those drawings on your arm and belly and back? Asks Julia. Grandpa smiles. Those are not drawings, they are sailor tattoos and they will never come off. Julia rubs at the anchor on his arm. No matter how hard she rubs, it won't come off. She thinks to herself, I wish I had a sailor grandpa with tattoos. Well, I think she thinks that he's quite special, I think, because she's never seen a grandpa quite like Sam's. I think she thinks he's rather exciting. At the fish market there, all sorts of fish. The end. Well, my dear poppets, I hope you enjoyed Mouse Mansion, and we will continue on with more stories of Mouse Mansion, of all the adventures that Sam and Julia get up to. Such a big, bustling mouse community, and they're always doing lots and lots of things. Well, I might have a chat to Stinky. Where has he got to? There he is there, down there. Stinky, my friend, did you enjoy the story, dear? You did. What's that? We've got a key on our story time cake. Yes, we have got a key, and I might take that off and just show the poppets. There's a wonderful little key there, my dear poppets, which was on our storytime cake, and I think that could be the secret key for our very own Mouse Mansion. Perhaps it will unlock Sam and Julia's secret box. Well, my dear poppets, we have come to the end of story time once again. I hope you enjoyed the adventures of Sam and Julia in Mouse Mansion, and perhaps you could read about Mouse Mansion or make your very own Mouse Mansion and just see how big you can make your own bustling, busy mouse community. And as always, my dear ones, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye!